Alright, first off, I want to say all praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bashem Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth, the sisters, the believers, the helps, shalom. This is a brother Iroham from the James Jamaica camp, and just want to do a short lesson, in regards to a small comparison that I saw between Moses and Yahawashi, right? As you know, you have certain things that Moses did that was a representation of what Yahawashi would come and do. Also, there is a prophecy, sorry, so like in I think it's what Deuteronomy 18, right? Which Moses also speak in regards to Yahawashi, right? Let me just get that first before getting into the lesson itself. This is Deuteronomy 18, verse 17. And Yahweh said unto me, They have well spoken that which they have spoken. I will rise up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. Right? And this is a prophecy that also pertains unto Yahawashi, right? Just as how the Lord put his words in Moses' mouth, same thing he did, as Yahawashi said, he came to speak his father's words, right? Roughly paraphrasing. So just to get back on topic, right? Going to go through something that happened in Exodus 4, right? Now let me start at verse 11. And Yahweh said unto him, Who had made man's mouth, or who maketh the dumb, or deaf, or the seen, or the blind? Have not I Yahweh? Now therefore go, and I will be with thy mouth, and teach thee what thou shalt say. Right? So basically, this is when the Lord Yahweh was sending forth Moses to go and speak to the children of Israel. Verse 13, and he said, O my Lord, send, I pray thee, by the hand of him whom thou wilt send. And the anger of Yahweh was kindled against Moses, and he said, Is not Aaron the Levite thy brother? I know that he can speak well. And also, behold, he cometh forth to meet thee, and when he seeth thee, he will be glad in his heart. And thou shalt speak unto him, and put my words in his mouth, and I will be with thy mouth, and with his mouth, and will teach you what he shall do. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people, and he shall be, even he shall be in thee stead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God. And thou shalt take this rod in thine hand, whitherso thou shalt do signs. Right? So the thing about it is that, seeing that Moses didn't want to speak, or was basically doubtful in his ability to speak, the Lord basically taught Moses, or gave Moses the word. Moses gave Aaron the word, and Aaron spoke the words unto the children of Israel, right? And basically, it's when I was reading this, I was thinking about how Yahawashi gave us the word, the doctrine of Yahweh his Father, and basically command us to go and speak to the children of Israel, right? And basically to those that should hear, right? And it's basically the same thing, because at this point we're actually Yahawashi is not here, but Yahawashi gave us his word that was given to him of his father, and now we're speaking unto the children of Israel, right? So as I was reading this, right, this precept came to mind, right? Or this chapter rather came to mind, which is basically St. John 17. I'll just get that. Now I'm going to skip around a bit. Now starting at verse, let me start at verse 6. It says, I have manifest thy name unto the men which thou gavest me out of the world. They were thine, and thou gavest me them, and they have kept thy word. Right? So those what? That's the men of the Lord, right? And also it say, "Oh, manifest thy name." In Exodus chapter 3, Moses asked the Lord, what's the name of the God? Who shall I say has sent me unto them? And he say, "Oh, moreover, thou shalt say what? Yahweh, power of your fathers has sent me unto you, which shall be what his name throughout all generations." Roughly paraphrasing once more, right? In Exodus chapter 3, brothers can look that up, right? Now, continuing on, it says, verse 7, "Now they have known that all things whatsoever thou hast given me are for thee, are of thee, Salakia. For I have given them the words which thou gavest me, and they have received them, and have uttered and have known surely that I came out from thee, and they have believed that thou didst send me." Right? So that is basically the same thing. Because I'm going to get that further on in the lesson, that the children of Israel actually believed that Moses and Aaron was sent from Yahweh, which the believers that believe in the doctrine of Yahawashi, right, which are presented by the men of the Lord, ultimately it's the same thing. They will believe and know that the elect are the 144,000, the prophets. The words that are spoken by the prophets are basically the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi, and will actually follow them, right? Now, let me go down. It says, while verse 12, "While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou gavest me I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled." Let me that's not where I wanted. It says they select, yeah, verse 20. Verse 21, it says that they all may be, verse 20, it says, "Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word, that they may all be one, as thou, Father, art in me, and I in thee, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me, and the glory which thou gavest me I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one." Right? Which is speaking about the elect. "I in them, thou in me, that they may be made perfect in one, and that the world may know that thou hast sent me, and hast loved them as thou hast loved me." Right? Jump into verse 25. Say, "O righteous Father, the world hath not known thee, but I have known thee, and these have known that thou hast sent me. And I have declared unto them thy name, and will declare it. And the love where thou hast loved me may be in them, and I in them." So basically, this is how we become one with Yahweh Shai. Right? Now, verse 20 referred to those that believed the word that his men preached. Right? So going back to Exodus chapter 4, right? Going to verse 29. Well, starting on verse 20, it says, "And Moses told Aaron all the words of Yahweh who had sent him, and all the signs which he had commanded him." Right? So Aaron believed that Moses was sent from Yahweh. Right? Just as how the prophets believed that Yahawashi was sent from Yahweh. Right? Verse 29, "And Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the children of Israel. And Aaron spake all the words which Yahweh had spoken unto Moses, and did the signs in the sight of the people. And the people believed. And when they heard that Yahweh had visited the children of Israel, and that he looked upon their affliction, then they bowed their heads and worshipped." Right? Which is basically the same thing, right? What are we preaching? We're basically preaching salvation through Yahawashi, right? We are preaching Yahweh basically coming back or turning his face back to us through Yahawashi, which in turn will be us being saved, basically, which in turn would result in salvation, right? Which was basically what Aaron and Moses went to the children of Israel to declare, right? Salvation because of the oppression that they were basically facing, right? I hope this is making sense. Um, Next precept would be Hebrews. Hebrews chapter 2, I think. Yes. Hebrews 2, verse 1, it says, therefore we ought to give them more earnest heed. Salakia, Hebrews 3, verse 1, it says, wherefore, holy brethren, partakers of the heavenly calling, consider the apostle and high priest of our profession, Hamashiach Yahawashi, who was faithful to him that appointed him, as also Moses was faithful in all his house. Right? So the same power, basically the God that appointed Moses, appointed Yahawashi. Right? Verse 3, for this man was counted worthy of more glory than Moses, inasmuch as he who had built the house had more honor than the house. For every house is builded by some man, but he that built all things is God. And Moses verily was faithful in all his house as a servant for a testimony of those things which were spoken after. But Hamashiach has a son over his own house, whose house are we, if we hold fast the confidence and the rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end. Exactly. So basically, it was all part of building the house of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, right? And as you can see in Hebrews 3, 1 to 6, you can see the comparison that was made, or that has been made, between Yahawashi and Moses, right? So basically, I hope this was edifying. There's something that popped up through the spirit. Once more, I want to say all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth, the sisters, the believers, the helps. Shalom.